Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to turn, I think this is 29 of Pokemon Gold, where we are playing Cameron the Photographer, God of Cyanwood City. Let's jump into the turn. We got a bunch of stuff going on. So, we have completed Construction 6. Awesome. Amazing. Fantastic. This is a very big deal for us. We have also completed Alteration 1 and are on our way. We're going to do a couple of little touches here or there. We're going to hit Alteration 2, Evocation 2, and we're going to dip into Thaumaturgy up to 3, I believe. Onyx level 14, the Pewter City's Cool Trainer has claimed the Throne of Bureaucracy. We're going to check the thrones this turn, actually. Did a little bit we got another Rock High School, did a little bit of site searching, actually found a magic site in Titan Steps, a Canyon of the Wilds. This is a big deal because this is 2 air gems per turn. That is a third of our air income now. It's very nice, very, very nice. What else do we got? We had a battle in Wellrid. Let's go ahead and watch this. Alright, so this really isn't much of anything. Just some PD. This is a shelter. Very cool. Oh, no, it's not a shelter. It's a fortress. Less cool. And then this... Oh, it's his fortress. Gotcha. That's interesting, at least. Okay, well, this is gonna be... nothing. Because, you know... it is what it is. Now, I will say, so we have our little setup with the Battle Girl pearls, and I watched that back. We can watch it slower, actually. If we watch, right, the Battle Girl pearls are, they have to earth power to get to 3 earth, and by the time they do, because I can't put these guys on hold, by the time they do start casting Strength of Giants, most of the front line's already gone, right? So we're gonna adjust that slightly. They're still getting a couple hits off here or there, you know. But it's just a little late compared to what we would prefer, right? Some of these guys back here are hit, I think. Yeah, 27, so hitting pretty hard. Enchantment +4, so that's pretty cool. But we're missing the majority of it, and these guys are getting hit. That's not all of these guys are getting hit, actually. Yeah, so some of these guys are getting hit, and that's good. I don't want all of them to get hit, so we're gonna adjust this just a little bit, not much, because there's not much we can do. But we are going to adjust it some. And then we see a battle between Olivine and Violet. We're going to watch that real quick. Alright, so this is 2 Steelix boys against what looks to be like a little raiding party from Violet City, which is mostly Spearows with some heavy Pidgeys. Cool. What's their commander? This is a Violet City Bird Commander. Decent leadership, flying, 24 map move, can summon Eevees, actually. Interesting. Cool. Against these guys, this is pretty much not a contest. But again, I am seeing that these guys tend to be scripted. Olivine is having them scripted first and foremost for Iron Will to prevent, I'm assuming, instant kill spells like Soul Slay. Olivine's basically saying, look, their protection's already stupid high. They already have regeneration. They already have regeneration and a bunch of resistances. Let's focus on what possibly could get them, and that's magic resistance, right? Thing is that's not what I'm gonna try to get them with. So hopefully this is going to work out for me. Again, he's not adding more protection, and he's not doing Temper Flesh. That's a big deal, right? Probably going to change that as soon as he sees me roll up. Another very big thing is he's not earthquaking, because that could cause problems pretty quickly. So, fingers crossed. Unexpected event. Rumors of a hidden site of mystical power. A man claims to have seen a fountain of fire in his dreams. Actually, some fire gems were later found in the belly of a goat who strayed in. That's interesting. So there might actually be a fire site in Obergdorf. Got heat +1 and some fire gems. Very cool. Tax collector in Ministra. Got some gold. Very nice. Here's an arena battle. And literally one person sent an arena, a hero in. I didn't send. This always happens, right? It always happens whenever you don't send someone in. You realize no one else sent anyone in either. I'm pretty sure everyone was like, "Why would we send a commander in when Olivine can send in a Steelix champion? That's suicide, right? Like, why would we do that?" Well, because Olivine's using his Steelix champions, and he didn't feel like it was worth the price of admission. So, the AI Viridian City, which I don't even know where Viridian City is, by the way. Oh, no, sorry, this isn't even Viridian City. It's a Viridian City black belt, but it's from Azalea City. So Azalea City just sent some random schmuck and got a champion's headband out of it, which is fucking why you should send someone to the arena. But we didn't. Okay, so we cured some battle afflictions, fantastic, and we got some promotions. Now I think we actually can start dissecting our scenarios into fronts, right? So we're gonna have, for now, we're gonna have things based by capitals. So we're gonna have the Saffron front, the Viridian front, and the Cyanwood front. And you know, they're gonna have like satellites, like impassable mountains might get passed back and forth between Saffron and Cyanwood, depending on the situation. Kunal's kind of like over here in this little midsection, but so that's how we're gonna address things for right now. So we're gonna start off on the actual war front, which is the Saffron front. So what are we doing? Well, we are moving from Welrid into Omicria. I debated for a while about whether or not I should just go directly for Saffron City. Now, there is a Steelix champion here. There's not a Steelix champion here. There could be a Steelix champion at any of these locations very quickly, very easily, right? I'm not avoiding the Steelix champion, but I'm not picking a fight directly. And that's for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that in actuality, having Prodigy black belts is going to be beneficial compared to the other guys, because the Machamps legitimately their strength is so colossal compared to, like, if we just like look at these Machamps, their strength starts at 28, right? Compared to the Machokes, which start at 20, right? And then with buffs, that's definitely enough to be able to crack the Steelixes, in theory, right? But basically, I don't want to just charge him head on. I want to try to stay at least a little contained. And Omicria, the real reason why I want to go for Omicria first, right, is because Omicria has 100 wall integrity, whereas Saffron City has 250, and our siege ability is at 286 with this army. So it's almost a guarantee that we pop Omicria immediately, and it's almost a guarantee that we don't pop Saffron City immediately. So I would rather get into Omicria and guarantee that province. And, you know, I'm thinking about bringing up some reinforcements, etc., doing some other stuff. So we'll see how that goes, okay? I have altered the script slightly. Basically, I've pulled in my kind of like random squad, the squad that actually has some Machamps in it, and some other things as well. including Furrets and Radicates. I pulled that squad in around the Battle Girls, and I've kind of pulled the Battle Girls forward a tad, so that they can hopefully hit more things with Strength of Giants. If that works out, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. What else? That's about it, really. So, we're heading to Omicria. Viridian City front. I say front, but really the Cyanwood City and Viridian City aren't fronts yet. They're just, theaters of operation. So, in Viridian City and around Viridian City, we are mostly just doing normal stuff, right? We are moving Vikasa over to Mountains of Madness to continue site searching. Dinya's moving to continue site searching. Talion's moving to continue site searching. We're shepherding some Mareeps back to Viridian City, etc. We're entering the Team Rocket site in Viridian City. We've got some spare Pokeballs that we're going to start putting over into Viridian City, since our recruitment in Cyanwood City is taking longer because we're doing the champions right now. We're not able to keep the pace of filling up Pokeballs, so Viridian City is going to be our secondary location for doing Pokeball spam, right? So we're gonna fill out people in Viridian City when we can't fill people out in Cyanwood City, which is cool. It's actually funny. Viridian City actually makes us more money now than Cyanwood City does. They have overtaken Cyanwood City in population and income, which is pretty awesome. Our income right now is kind of stellar, and it's kind of it's scary to think that this is where we're at before the Ampharos factories come online. So, we are doing some preaching, doing some researching. We're recruiting Karatekas, and we're kind of recruiting Karatekas across the board at a bunch of different locations. There are reasons why I'm going for Karatekas instead of pearls. The reason why basically right now is what I have access to benefits fire generally more than water. But realistically, I'm probably going to flip-flop a fair amount. Like, I have a bunch of Karatekas in Impassable Mountains. I'm probably going to start pushing out some Battle Girl, the pearls, in Impassable Mountains. And then I'm probably going to start, like, alternating in different locations, right? To have a decent balance between all of them. But that's pretty much it. We've got the experience factory going on in Viridian City. We got some more of these guys up. It's still going to take us a couple turns to get all of them, right? But that's okay because we're also healing wounds as we go. In Kunal, we have the Experience Factory going now as well. In Three Pine Grove, we're now recruiting our first of hopefully many schoolgirls. As soon as we get some of those, we're going to start ferrying them around, doing some site searching, etc. In the meantime, Anfar is going to do some site searching. Speaking of site searching, Vina is continuing to site search down in Dathan. Irma's moving around. We're just generally trying to stay on top of site searching all over the place, right? And we're probably going to head up to Hobergdorf. Let's actually check. Okay, so we'll probably take the scenic route, because I don't want to just waste turns where we're not doing anything. But I think that... What is it? This site... I think this means there is a fire site there. I don't think you get that event without, but I could be wrong. Who knows? So we're site searching, doing all that kind of stuff. In the Cyanwood City Theater, we are... I did want to mention this. Up here in Kunal, I'm actually recruiting... I'm going to start recruiting some Caterpies, right? I'm not going to max these out all the time, but I am going to start adding some to the mix because I think, especially now that I'm getting the experience points or the experience factories up and running, the Caterpies are horrible. Metapods are, they're okay. Butterfrees are actually really good. They're pretty decent units. They have dual ranged attacks, and they're kind of chunky compared to a lot of other things. Plus, they're sacred, so again, they benefit from our decent little bless, right? So we want to keep that in mind when we're thinking of things. So, what else? Oh, back to Cyanwood. Okay, so Cyanwood's got a whole bunch of stuff going on this turn. We are making another Dwarven Hammer. We are forging Lightless Lanterns. Well, Lightless Lantern, right? I'm not going crazy, but this is one of the reasons why I'm forging another hammer is to have the option of doing more Lightless Lanterns, right? Or to have the option to do like water bracelets or things like that. Because right now, I mean, I have more hammers to use, but there's no reason for me not to get another hammer. I'm not using my Earth Gems on anything right now. So, Owl Quill, Lightless Lantern, another Dwarven Hammer, more Quick Balls, and we are hopefully gonna get a freaking Priest 3 next turn. We're actually, because of what we're doing with moving and preaching and etc., right? And we're doing a little bit of site searching in different locations and stuff like that. We're actually unable to utilize all of our Owl Quills, which is another reason why we're spamming Karatekas kind of across the board, is because I want to make sure I'm producing all these research items. I want to be able to use all of these research items, and this is really gonna matter. I mean, we're at turn 29 and we're at 313 research. That's pretty good. If we take a look at the score graphs, right, we're in third place. Not by much, right? Cinnabar was way out ahead in front of everyone else to begin with. But we've been slowly creeping up, and Ekrutik has kind of like started to skyrocket. I'm assuming they're doing a bunch of... We've been doing Owl Quill production. They're probably doing Skull Mentor production. But as we start to produce Lightless Lanterns along with the Owl Quills, that's going to be a big fucking deal. Our research is really going to take off. So, anything else that we're doing in Cyanwood City? Not really. I mean, we're doing our standard recruiting. We've sorted out... Oh, hey, we've got the big thing, right? We've got another Meteorite Guard, but we also do have another Charmeleon. So, absolutely, right? Some of these Charmanders level up or evolve into Meteorite Guards, and some of them evolve into Charmeleons. Which is kind of unfortunate, right? I would much rather have the Charmeleons, because they can evolve into Charizards. But I guess at the end of the day, having a Meteorite Guard isn't, like, horrible. They're very high protection units. Decent morale at 14, even for a slave, right? They hit really hard with a magic attack. And they are amphibious. So, like, I mean, again, not my preference, but, you know, it could be worse. So, is what it is. Okay. Any other crazy moves? Not really. Entering site. Still got a little bit of time. What else? Oh, yeah, actually, this is a crazy move. This is something that I almost forgot about. We are trying to recruit a mercenary this turn. We are trying to recruit Ferris, the Iron Wizard. We're trying to recruit Ferris because Ferris is, I believe, I know he's Astral Earth, or Earth Astral. I don't remember. I think he's 2/2. He might be 3/3. I know he's at least 2/2, and he might be 3/3. Which is a very big deal, right? We are construction 6. That means we can do, with Ferris, right? We can do crystal coins and we can do crystal shields, both of which are very good, awesome items. We'll probably start off with, if we get Ferris, right? We'll probably start off with a crystal coin. We can also do Starshine Skullcaps with him. Right? So, and this is the reason why we're trying to do this now. Our god is probably going to come out in 5 to 10 turns, and we'll have another astral mage then, who is already kind of like higher astral than our schoolgirls will be, right? But in getting Ferris, and we're only spending like because he's not super expensive. He demands 37. Most people don't get him unless they're trying to do something like this, right? Trying to break into crystal gear. Paying 111 guys to potentially snag this guy, or 111 gold, 111 guys. Paying a little bit of money to potentially snag this guy is well worth it, in my opinion, especially since we got all these astral pearls thrown at us from Saffron City, right? If we can get a crystal coin and a Starshine skull cap, and be able to throw that at schoolgirls pretty early on, that's a pretty big deal for us to be able to do that. So yeah, it's just kind of nice, right? To be able to go from 1 astral to 3 astral immediately is pretty good, because that's going to give us some options earlier than our god. Because keep in mind, right, we might get our god in 5 to 10 turns, but then even once we get our god, that's turns from our god doing that, like producing that type of gear when we could be producing something else. Or if we do produce like a crystal coin or a Starshine skullcap, that type of stuff, that is still that many more turns before we can put that on someone, etc. Right? So we're basically we're using a merc to hopefully escalate the pace at which we are producing things. So that's just a random thing. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do about our earth gems. One of the reasons why I am hopping off into Thaumaturgy 3 is to go ahead and grab Celeste. No, not that one. Is it this one? Do I need to go? I think so. I believe. Let me double check and make sure that this is actually Astral Window, Teleport, Panic. Yeah, I was thinking about going to Future Fist Exploration. That's what I was thinking about. Because Future Fist Exploration, it's really 5 Earth. Can I even do 5 Earth? I guess in theory I can do 5 Earth. But it's not easy. Chuck is a 3. I could take one of these, one of my 3s, and hit them with the Earth Boots, which I have the Earth Boots on this Pearl just to increase her research. Because when you're not using path boosting items to forge something or to cast something, you might as well be using them to increase your paths so you can research a little bit more, right? But basically we can take the Earth Boots, and the Earth Boots turn one of the 3s into a 4. I don't have any 4s that I could do, I? Which means it's going to be... Earth Boots are really easy to make, but anything else is far more complicated. So getting to 5 actually might be a little difficult. Shit. But the reason why we wanted to consider doing that, why we wanted to get up to Thaumaturgy 4 potentially, is to start putting down the Future Fist explorations in all of the highlands and mountains, because this is basically a harvesting of 1 earth gem per month from the stones, right? So in theory, in our regular land, we actually don't have many highlands. We have the Silver Wall, right? And we have Impassable Mountains and Kratos. So that's 3 right there. But because we've conquered Viridian City's territories, we have 3. Mountains of Madness is 4. Viridian City itself is 5. Erd is 6. Titan Step is 7. Three Pine Grove is 8. Giant Spine is 9. So, like, that's 9 locations that we could do the Future Fist exploration at, and in theory, I think this is how this works. I haven't tested it, so I don't know if it actually works this way or if it's broken or something like that. But in theory, each one of these produces an Earth Gem per month. So, I mean, that's a hell of an investment, right? That's basically like spending 90 Earth Gems to get 9 Earth Gems a month. Which is kind of crap compared to... shit, where is... Oh, is that not... yeah, Earthblood Deepwell is 80, right? For 20 a month. But that's level 7 in fucking enchantment, and that's a level 6 earth, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna get to 6 earth, truth be told, outside of like getting lucky on a Karate King. I don't think I mean, I guess I could get lucky on a Battle Girl X, but the likelihood is higher on a maybe it's not actually higher on a Karate King. I might have to do the math on that. Regardless, right, we're trying to look into ways to increase our Earth income. Getting to Earthblood Deepwell anytime soon seems unlikely, right? But getting to the Highlands one, that's something that we could actually swing, and it wouldn't take us long to... I mean, once we got it, it would take us a couple turns to actually ferry someone around and put down all of the places, but that could actually be a worthwhile investment. I care less about the like actually being able to obtain a Hitmonchan, like whatever. I don't really care about that, but getting the Earth Gems would be pretty sweet. All right, I think that's it, honestly. I kind of have been rambling at this point anyways. We've got a bunch of really exciting stuff. I'm very, very excited to see our income up. Our gems are great. Don't worry, I have plans for utilizing most of these gems. We're not just... I'm not a stockpile kind of guy. In fact, like the amount that I have right now actually kind of hurts me. But we're playing more of a long con. So I would rather take advantage of that. Basically, the only thing we're spamming out right now is our Earth Gem. So, sorry about that. So I think that's about it. We will see what is up next time the ramp begins, everybody. See you later.